will not be successful in any elimination or eradication program without innovation.
You can never stop innovating. And we are all hopeful as scientists that one of these innovations in one of these diseases will suddenly be a true game changer.
The impact of malaria on the world's population, many people say more people have died of malaria than in all the world wars put together. It is a major infectious disease and has been with us throughout history. There's really been a concerted effort to move to a malaria elimination and eradication. Starting around the turn of this past century, overall malaria cases were reduced, deaths were reduced by nearly half. So instead of 1 million children dying each year, the number now is closer to 500,000. Still unacceptable, but there was significant progress. But over the past 4 or 5 years, that progress has stalled. The measures, bed nets, case management, other intervention activities are effective in saving lives, but they're not bending the curve toward eliminating the disease. And that's the challenge we face now. In the past 4 or 5 years, we've really seen this plateauing of progress. Just recently, things have changed. We have the first ever vaccine against a human parasitic disease, the RTS S vaccine, that's now available for use in disease endemic countries. We have other vaccines that will follow. So there are many tools that are coming online either right now or in the very near future, which have the potential for changing the course and getting us off this plateau and moving us in the direction of reduction of both the number of cases and the number of deaths over the next couple of years. It's not a magic bullet, it's not 100% effective, and it's not long-lasting, but it does give us a new way of attacking the parasite and potentially reaching populations that are not reached by other interventions. And so I'm hoping we're in a new phase and that this will really allow us to further reduce the burden of disease, both in terms of cases, but importantly, in terms of deaths of young children.
We need new strategies to eliminate onchocerciasis in Africa. So it is difficult to eliminate the disease in Africa. That's why we need innovation.
La lutte contre l'onchocercose repose principalement sur la stratégie appelée traitement à l'ivermectine sous directive communautaire. Grâce à cette stratégie, l'onchocercose a pu être éliminée dans plusieurs foyers en Afrique. Cependant, dans plusieurs zones au Cameroun, la maladie persiste malgré plus de 25 années de traitement à l'ivermectine.
One of the key challenges for Cameroon is the Loa problem. In fact, Loa can be considered as a troublemaker in onco treatment. Loa is another parasitic disease, which in fact is not causing any harm to the population.
So this parasite is also very, very sensitive to the drugs that we use to treat onchocerciasis with. So Loa, if somebody has this Loa parasite and treat them with the drugs, it can make them very sick. I mean, people go into a coma and they can die from this, and they have died. And so in Cameroon, where they had that, trying to understand what was happening with that and how it happened, why it happened, and what we need to do to solve that problem.
In this particular district, when ivermectin was given for the first time in 1999, there were many severe adverse events. We recorded something like 17 severe adverse events in this Sokola Health District, among which 3 deaths. And we discovered that these severe adverse events were due to high microfilarial load of LoaScope.
The LoaScope is basically taking cell phone technology, and the LoaScope detects the movement of the red blood cells, the red blood cells themselves being moved around by the parasites that are wiggling through the blood. So you can actually get quantifiably how much parasite is in the blood. So it is more than a presence-absence, which we needed to know much more than that. We need to know how much is in the blood to know if a person is at risk of these severe adverse events. So it actually comes up with a little red, yellow, or green light to say, yes, green is okay to treat. Here you're at risk, here you definitely don't treat them. So empowers the public health system to make the decisions that are appropriate.
This LoaScope allowed to exclude subjects that are heavily infected with Loa and to treat the rest of the population without the risk of severe adverse events. We use it in 2 districts in Cameroon, and we have been able to treat more than 60,000 people without a single case of severe adverse event. So this is a strategy that works. That's why we need innovation, new strategies to eliminate onchocerciasis in Africa.